You're digging out your arse. What the hell, man?
Fling my fingers up. I'm flinging my fingers up.
Flamecraft. Yeah?
Yeah.
Go.
Yeah, ready? Hi everyone, welcome to Meeple Mayhem.
What's wrong with you, man? You're broken. I think you're so broken, man.
Hi everyone, welcome to Meeple Mayhem. This is our channel all about board games.
And more board games.
In today's video, we're going to do a how to play on Flamecraft.
Yep, this is a super cute dragon sort of worker placement game. You're basically you lay a big town out with loads of different shops, and you're basically placing your dragons around town to pick up different resources, to enchant more shops and little things to get victory points, and that's it really. It's pretty simple. We've sort of doing this video for one of our special friends who struggles to learn rules. So hopefully this will help some people out. We're not going to just bombard everyone with the rules. I think we're just going to sort of get it set up and show you how to set up, and then just sort of play a few rounds and explain while we're playing, as we find it easier to learn ourselves that way. Yeah,
definitely.
And that's it. So let's show you how to set up right now.
Okay, so first we got to set the game up. So first we're going to roll the mat out.
Yep. We have the Kickstarter version, so some of the components may look a bit different to what you have, but I'm pretty sure all versions come with the mat. So first of all, you lay your town mat out, and then you get your 6 starter towns. These will have a little symbol in the top left-hand corner of a trumpet. You can set them out anywhere. We do usually try to match them up to sort of the things. I think the diamond one's up there. You don't need to do this. This is just us being excessive, but leaf down there somewhere, metalworks is down there somewhere, meat goes there, and potions go wherever. Yep, there. Yeah, so you set your 6 starter towns out, just like this, and then if you also find the 6 starter dragons, which will have the same matching symbol, and you place them in the town, there'll be a little trumpet symbol on the matching town map as well. And you just place each one in its corresponding one, and in the top left hand corner you'll also have its good symbol, and you just match them up. Diamond and that one there. The next thing you set up is your goods and your coin. Your goods in the Kickstarter anyway, the goods come in like a handy little game tray sort of box, and you just sort of flick them open, stick them somewhere, wherever you want them. And that is that. And then you also get these coins in a little handy bag. The coins are also real metal, which are awesome. These go on the fountain on the town map. There's a little coin on the fountain that sort of shows you. And that is that. The next thing you do is you want to build your shop deck. And the way you build your shop deck is you get the shops, and each one will have a little symbol in the top corner from your non-starter ones. You basically make piles of all of these up. You make piles of these, all of them separate, separate them all from their thing, and then you make a separate deck of all of the other symbols. So you'll get ones with coins on, you'll get ones with like dragons and random other symbols. You mix them. You take one, face down. You take one from each of the 6 goods, and then you take one from each of the 6 goods, and then from the other deck with the random symbols, you take 4 of these randomly, put them in there, give that a shuffle, and place that somewhere. That is your shop deck. That is what you'll be doing when you're drawing out more shops. The next thing you do is your artisan dragons. These are like your basic dragon cards, and these have a red background. For different player counts, if you look in the rule book, there's a little graph, little chart that shows you how many to take out. I think it's 2 per icon. So basically, you get a little 2 per icon you take out for a 2-player game. But you do that, and these just go here and then you draw out 5 into the park. That is that. The next ones to set up are your fancy dragon cards. You just give these, got a blue back, you just give these a shuffle, and these go on here. And then you set out your enchantment cards. Then they go at the other end of the town, and you lay out 5 of those. Including our box, there was different colour enchantments, which I think are more difficult. So you can sort of throw that in as a bit of an added extra. And then you are, that's it, do enchantments, and then everyone gets their player board. So everyone will take a little one of these player boards, which are pretty handy actually. They tell you all what the goods do and each one does, and then they tell you exactly how to play. They give you your 2 actions, your gather and your enchant, all of your end of turn stuff. And each player gets one of those and takes a token which you put on the track. And then we've obviously got the Kickstarter, so we've got some fancy dragons that you take in a matching colour, and each player takes one of those. Right, and that's set up. It's pretty simple setup, and yeah. And now we'll play a couple of rounds, and we'll sort of talk you through what we're doing. But the main premise of the game, like I said at the start, is you're basically placing one of your dragons in one of the shops, and you're taking all of the shown resources. So in each shop there'll be like 1 meat, so I'd get 2 meat for going here. Then optionally you can then place a dragon, so you get, at the start of the game as well, you each get to take, I can't remember now, 3 dragons. You get 3 dragons each at the start of the game, and we get 2 fancy dragons. Get 2 fancy dragons. You choose one. Each of us gets to look at it and choose one. Basically, your fancy dragons are sort of your end game and mid game. So your fancy dragons will either have a moon symbol or a sun symbol. The sun symbol means as soon as you can complete it, you can play that card at any time during your turn and get the reward. And the moon symbol is end game stuff, so it's all end game stuff. So, right, so we'll just start. We'll play a couple of rounds, sort of show you the basics, give you an idea of how a turn runs, and yeah, so we'll go through any little mini rules that just pop up, and that's it. Do you go first or me?
You can go first.
Go first, right. So I want to go. I'm gonna go here. Here. So when you place your dragon, you go into a shop. The only rule when it comes to placing your dragon is if there is already a dragon in the same spot, then you have to give them a resource or a coin as a gift. If you can't give them a resource or a coin, then you can't go there. And that's it. So I'll place my dragon there, and I'll get 2 leaf resources to go in there. I can then optionally play one of my dragon cards into that space. To play it, I have to have the matching symbol on the card. It's just sort of printed in the spaces where the dragons go. So I actually can't go there right now. But then I can also fire up a dragon. So any dragon in the spaces. So this one lets me gift a good to another player, and I can gain 2 victory points. Which I'm not going to do because I dislike the other player.
Okay.
And that's my turn. And then at the end of your turn, you always discard down to 7 resources. You flip over any new cards, any new shops that have come out, and then you refill the park or the enchantments if any have been taken. And that's a turn. That's a basic turn. You'll go.
Okay, so now it's my go. So I am going to visit this shop.
Yep.
And I'm going to get 2 diamonds.
Mm-hmm.
And then I can play a card, which I can do.
Yeah.
So I am going to place this diamond
And
in this shop.
gain a coin, because most of the spaces, when you place one of the matching dragons, you get a reward, like a coin or pick up a fancy dragon. I think all the starting cards are the same.
A coin can be any resource that
A coin
you
counts
want.
as any resource, and it also doesn't count towards your 7 goods limit, so it's always handy to have coins. And I think end game as well, coins are worth 1 victory point each.
Yeah. Okay, so I've placed that, I've gained my resources. I've then placed my card. That you don't then gain that resource. That's for any future times you go on that space. And then I can use a shop ability if there is any, but there isn't. And a shop ability is when a shop gets filled up of cards, you then draw a new shop. And the starter shops don't have it, but the new shops will have an ability along the front,
a shop ability,
which you can use once you collect your goods. But that is my turn.
You're not firing up your dragon?
Oh yeah, sorry. I will fire up my dragon to gain 3 different goods. So I'm going to gain another diamond. One of them.
Anvil.
One of them, and I will gain a leaf as well.
For my next turn, I'm going to go to the anvil shop and I will gain 2 anvils. I will then play a dragon because I can, and I will play coal into that space and get myself a coin. I will then fire up his ability, which is I can gain 2 of 1 good from the shop or dragon here, which I'll gain another 2 anvils. And then that is it. I don't have to discard any thingy. There's no shop ability. And yeah, that's it. Your turn.
Okay, so now on my turn, I am going to go onto the potion shop.
Another movement thing, you always have to go to a different shop. You can't just stay on the same shop and collect loads of resources. You have to move to a different shop.
So now I'm going onto the potion shop, not to gather. I'm going to do an enchantment, which is down here, and you have to go on the matching shop to the enchantment.
Yeah. Each enchantment will have a different symbol in the top left hand corner, and it has to match the shop you're on.
So I'm going to the potion shop and I'm going to fulfill this enchantment, which is 3 diamonds, 1 anvil, and I'm going to use my coin as the second anvil, and that will give me 4 victory points, and I get to draw 1 dragon card. So I'm going to take that from the deck. You can also pick from the village.
From the park.
Yeah, from the park, or you can just
take from the top.
Take from the top, and then that gets tucked underneath the potion shop.
So and the symbol showing.
With the symbol showing. So now whenever someone goes to the potion shop to gather, they will get 1, 2, 3 potions.
Now, yeah. So that's basically what enchanting a shop is all about. And that's the main way of getting victory points. Also, once you've done your enchantment, you may flame, you may fire up any of the dragons. So if there's 3 dragons in here, you can fire up all 3 dragons. There's only 1 at the moment, so you can choose to do that as well.
So I can, this one, I can swap with a dragon in town and fire it. So, oh, we forgot to draw out another enchantment. Oh. And I will swap this with this one here. And when you do swap, you don't have to worry about matching the symbols. You can just swap and ignore that part. Yeah. And then I'm going to fire this up to gain 3 different goods. Yeah. And I will gain another anvil, a leaf, and some bread.
I will then go here and I'll gain 2 leaves. That's 4, that's 8. So yeah, and then that is that, and I will then use the ability of the dragon in there, and I'll gift you a good and gain 2 victory points.
You gain 2, and I also forgot to gain my 4 from the card. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yep. And that is my turn done. Oh yeah, at the end of your turn is when you would refill any enchantments, refill the park, and obviously
you also have to discard down to 7 resources.
Which I have done. I've got my 7 resources now. And like I said, your coins don't count towards that, so you can have as many coins on top of your 7. Yeah. Your go.
Now it's my go. And I am going to go to the, is it Anvil?
Anvil, yeah, where else is that? Blacksmith.
Shop. And I'm going to gain 3 resources of them. And then I can fire up, so I can gain 2 of 1 good from the shop.
All dragons, that's only anvils really.
Which I'm not going to bother doing that. And then I'm going to, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, I've got 8, so I'm going to discard my bread. And that is my turn.
So
done.
on my turn, I'm going to go to the potion shop and I'm going to enchant instead of gather. These ones, you'll find these ones, these are different sort of enchantment cards, and basically for every set of the 2 resources I give, I get a higher amount of victory points. So I'm going to give 1, 2, 3 and 4 with my coin, and that gives me 8 victory points.
8.
And that also goes under the potion shop, which now means when you go to the potion shop you can gather 3 potions and a diamond. And that's it, and then at the end of my turn I can choose to fire up the dragon or all dragons in that area, which I will do. So I'll get a diamond, a potion and a leaf. And then I'd have to discard down and refill the enchantment deck. And that's it. I think that's as many turns as you really need to know.
Yeah, the game continues on like that.
Like that until either the artisan deck, which is the red dragon deck, runs out, or the enchantment deck runs out. When one of that happens, you get 1 more turn each, and then you go on to final scoring. Final scoring is... oh, actually, do you know what? Should we show one of these? Basically, this is a sunshine dragon. If you can use this at any time. So basically, if I pay 5 meat, I can gain 3 victory points and 2 coins. And then you also get ones with the moon symbol on.
Which is what I had.
Which is what you have. And basically, you can return any number of fancy dragons from your hand, and you get 3 victory points for each one you return at the end of the game. Which is a pretty good one, actually.
Yeah.
And that's it. And then endgame scoring is quite simple. There's not much. You obviously you score your fancy dragons. Any endgame scoring, you get 1 victory point for each coin you have. And that's it. That's all it is. And then you obviously calculate the victory points you'd already made.
Yeah, you don't get any.
You don't get nothing for resources. No, you only get it for leftover coins. And because you usually use your resources, a lot of fancy dragons require you use any leftover resources for them anyway. But yeah, you basically do that, and then...
if you find that throughout the game you run out of your red cards, then you can go to a shop on your turn. Like any of the bread
dragons will all have a draw a dragon card as their flame ability. But also, when you go into the town, when you sort of lay towns out, other ones will have come up with abilities. These ones are pretty cool. So these ones, every time you place here, you get a ton of victory points.
I think that's a Kickstarter
version, yeah. So anytime you see a heart symbol, that is basically victory points. Anytime you see this colour wheel is any good symbol. Again, you get to draw, anytime you see this dragon head symbol, this like dragon head, that is draw a dragon card. And anytime you see the little blue swirl, which matches the fancy dragon cards, you get to draw a fancy dragon card. And that's it. New shots come out once you fill up dragons. So if I had played a dragon in here, I then lay this down face down anywhere, and at the end of my turn I would flip it, and it's now available for everyone else to go to, and that is how you get all of the shops out. Any other little rules? I think that's about it really. It's a pretty simple sort of worker placement. You're basically collecting resources to finish these and get more victory points.
Yeah.
But that's about it.
That is, I think so. Yeah.
Awesome. Right.
Okay. I hope that was...
I hope you answered any questions. Let us know any mistakes we made as well. Please comment below. But yeah, it's quite a simple game. It's really fun. We really enjoy it. We've played this with the kids as well, and they really enjoy it. So, awesome. So
that was our playthrough and how to play of Flamecraft. We hope you enjoyed the video. Please let us know what you think in the comments. And if you did enjoy it, please hit the like and subscribe button.
Like, yep.
Thanks for watching.